everyone, good to be here again. Thank you so much for always being here, and thank you for tuning in to my channel. As always, I really appreciate it. And of course, we're here to give you trending, exciting, reliable and authentic news. You know how we do it right here. And this time around, this is about Tinubu, and right here is in fresh trouble. Guess what he did? Angry Nigerians have taken over the streets and they're asking for the arrest of Tinubu. Only God knows what he has done this time around, and that is exactly what you are about to find out in this happening right here. But before we do that, you know how we do it right here. If you haven't subscribed, ensure you hit the subscribe button immediately and turn on the notification bell. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Yes, okay, let us get right in and see exactly what Tinubu has done this time around. The Nigerians are taking over the streets and asking for his arrest. Some angry Nigerians have taken to the streets in Abuja to protest over 2 billion vans spotted at Bola Tinubu's residence in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial city. If you can recall that an image of 2 billion vans heading into Tinubu's Bodleian residence surfaced online prior to the 2019 general elections. Tinubu's Bodleian residence is in Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. Reacting to the development at the time, Tinubu, who is the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress (APC), that is the Nigeria's ruling party, that is the leader of the APC of the All Progressive Congress, had said he was neither a government contractor nor a worker with any government parastatals, and that there was no iota of truth in the allegation that he had bullion vans in his house distributing money. Tinubu had said, "I am not a government contractor and I don't have bullion vans because I don't store ballot papers. If I may ask, where am I voting now? This is not my house. I don't work with any government agencies, and let anybody come out to say that I have taken contracts from the government of President Buhari in the last 4 years. They should prove it. I am on my own and committed to my party, even if I have the money to spend in the premises. What is anybody's headache? Since I don't run the government, I can spend my money as I like, and if I want, if it pleases me, I can give it to people free of charge, as long as it is not meant to buy votes. I want to ask, who are those watching my house to see what I am doing? They must be mischievous. They are liars," he was quoted as saying. However, a year and some months after the incident, Nigeria have taken to the streets to protest, demanding the arrest of the APC national leader. The protesters can be seen with different banners and papers and inscriptions: "Corruption, we demand Tinubu bullion van investigated." "Anti-corruption, when will Tinubu bullion van be investigated?" amongst others. You know, it was gathered that over 300 Nigerians have taken to the streets that Tinubu's bullion vans must be interrogated, and also that when will Tinubu actually be interrogated. You know, the protesters were saying they were carrying placards and, you know, calling on the anti-corruption agency that Tinubu bullion vans, and that they have to, you know, investigate it. That if it's not investigated, how will they know exactly what is inside that bullion van that is packed in his house? And you know, there were a lot of reactions as regarding that. And you know, Tinubu has also, you know, he also came out to deny that allegation, and he was saying that there was no iota of truth that he was distributing money with bullion van in his house. Like he said, that he's not even a government contractor, that he doesn't have any bullion van because he doesn't store ballot papers. So actually, because the people are, if we look into this critically, the people are not even saying that he has a ballot papers in his bullion van. They were actually saying that he has money in the bullion van and he was sharing money from it. And you know, how come Tinubu is actually thinking that people are saying that he has ballot papers in his bullion van? Because according to his word, he said, "I'm not a government contractor and I don't have bullion vans because I don't store ballot papers." Is it that he already has ballot papers in there, because if people are saying he's sharing money, that he has bullion vans where he's sharing money from, and he is coming out to say that he doesn't store ballot papers, I don't know how those two things correlate. And he's saying ballot papers and people are saying rather it is money. All these things has to be critically looked into. And he has also denied the allegation that bullion vans were parked in his residence. And all of this, when Nigerians are actually speculating stuff, really, if you look critically into it, you will see that there is, a little truth in those things that they say, because there are so many times that we come here and we just bring you some news that we gather from the streets, and sometimes at the end of the day some people say, hey, it's a lie, it's fake news and all of that, and before you wait for it, in less than 2 to 3 days, you just see that that thing is actually true. But really, why is Tinubu saying ballot papers when people are saying he was sharing money? And really, the anti-corruption agency should really go and investigate and see exactly if the people actually lying that there were bullion vans or what's not. Then he should be cleared. But otherwise, what exactly is inside the bullion van? And he also said he's not a government agency. So he said nobody should come out to say that he has taken contract from the government of President Buhari or anything. Because these days a lot of things are already beginning to unveil itself, especially with with the high and mighty and even top government officials. It's not just about them trying to pass bill and do all of this. Now they are being alleged of corruption, and really everyone should be able to face the law, whether the high or the low. Everyone is the same when it has to do with the law. If people are already contesting that Tinubu has bullion van in his compound, in his premises, then it should be investigated. Really, it should be investigated and checked exactly what is inside the bullion van. Why will money be stashed inside a bullion van in his residence, even if it's money that is inside, or whatever is inside? Like he said, that are they thinking he has ballot papers inside? Then investigation should go ahead and try to investigate what exactly is inside that bullion van. Then they can now come out to tell Nigerians that, oh, this is what Tinubu has inside his bullion van. He doesn't have money there. He doesn't have ballot papers. Even if he has money, why will money be stashed inside the bullion van, right inside his compound? Though he said he can do anything with his money, he can decide to share his money if he wants, he can decide to keep his money to himself if he wants, and what's not. But really, is it safe for Nigerians to really put money inside bullion vans and leave it in their premises? Because we've seen cases where top government officials left offices and people went to warehouses and saw billions and billions of naira stashed up somewhere in those warehouses, abandoned warehouses. Some were burnt down, some were even buried in places that cannot even be thought about. So when Nigerians are calling for investigation, no one should be above the law that cannot be investigated. If he's saying he's not part of the government or is not in any government position, that doesn't mean he cannot be investigated. After all, before now, EFCC normally even goes out to catch both those that are in government and those that are not in government. So he's not above the law. He should be investigated, and the reason he should be investigated is why that bullion van has been inside his premises for over a year, and now Nigerians are protesting. Why will he have a bullion van stashed up with money or whatever is inside for over a year? So all these things are things that Nigerians are beginning to get concerned about. It's not just that Nigerians just want to be noisy. They are beginning to feel concerned for the country, and which, if you ask me, it is very, very okay. It is very good, because the high and the mighty that we actually thought could not be touched, but now they are beginning to expose themselves. So instead of just an ordinary man to expose them, they are the ones exposing themselves. Just as it has happened now that SGF has exposed Magu, so it is. Everyone, they'll begin to expose themselves one after the other. And that is it. That is what Nigerians want. So for me, critical investigation should be done. I don't know about you. So if you have anything to say, endeavor to drop it in the comment section. We'll be waiting to hear from you. And if you have any other thing to also, you have reservations, please ensure you drop it in the comment section. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. Do have a pleasant